The silent screamer. It started with whispers. Mia had just moved into her new home, a small suburban house, perfect for her and her newborn daughter Lily. The nights were peaceful at first, but soon strange noises began creeping into her routine. It started with barely audible murmurs coming through Lily's baby monitor. At first, she dismissed it as interference from other devices, but the whispers grew clearer. They weren't random, they were speaking. Then came the screams. One night, at exactly 2:13 a.m., a piercing, soundless scream erupted through the baby monitor. Mia bolted upright, heart hammering. It was a scream, yet it had no sound, only an overwhelming sensation of terror that gripped her like ice. Rushing to Lily's crib, she found her daughter sleeping soundly. The monitor crackled. A deep breath exhaled from the speaker. Someone was in the house. Mia searched the home, armed with a kitchen knife, but found nothing. No open windows, no signs of forced entry. She tried to rationalize it. Perhaps it was an audio glitch. Yet deep down, she knew something was terribly wrong. The following night, the monitor buzzed with static. Then a voice, low, guttural, whispered, "She doesn't belong to you." Mia's blood ran cold. She grabbed Lily and fled to her sister's house. The next morning, she contacted a specialist in paranormal occurrences, Dr. Alan Foster. Skeptical but intrigued, he agreed to spend a night investigating the source of the disturbances. At 2:13 a.m., Dr. Foster set up recording equipment. They waited. The monitor remained silent at first, and Mia began to doubt herself. Then the room grew cold. The air thickened, pressing against her chest. The baby monitor crackled, and then the scream came. Dr. Foster clutched his ears, eyes widening in horror, though no audible sound emerged. His equipment went haywire, monitors flashing, frequencies spiking. Then the voice returned. "She's mine." A shadow flickered in the corner of Lily's room, the silhouette of a woman, gaunt and hollow-eyed, her mouth wide open as if in an eternal scream. Mia choked on a sob, clutching Lily to her chest. The shadow advanced, whispering in a language she didn't understand. Dr. Foster threw holy water at the apparition, but it only laughed. A soundless, gut-wrenching distortion. Books flew from the shelves, the crib rocked violently. The entity was enraged. Then Lily began to cry. The ghostly woman froze, staring at the child. Her expression softened. For the first time, the silent scream wavered. Tears welled in her spectral eyes, and then she spoke clearly. "He took my baby." Mia and Dr. Foster exchanged a glance. The entity wasn't trying to harm Lily. It was reliving its own horror. Dr. Foster quickly searched historical records. Decades ago, a woman named Eleanor Grayson had lived in this house. Her newborn had been taken by her abusive husband, who buried the child in the backyard. Consumed by grief, Eleanor had wasted away, screaming in silence until she died. Mia, shaken but determined, held Lily close and whispered, "Your baby is at peace." The shadow woman blinked. Her ghastly, twisted face softened. A spectral wail rippled through the room. This time it was a sob, a release of sorrow rather than terror. The lights flickered. Then she was gone. The house was silent. Mia never heard the screams again, but every night at 2:13 a.m., the baby monitor picked up something new, a faint lullaby soothing Lily to sleep. Mia exhaled, the weight of fear finally lifting. Dr. Foster sat back, his hands still trembling as he reviewed the chaotic recordings. "I think it's over," he murmured, though he didn't sound entirely convinced. For the next few nights, peace settled over Mia's home. The baby monitor remained free of static. No more spectral voices or chilling whispers. Yet she couldn't shake the feeling that something still lingered. Not malevolent, but watchful. One evening, as she rocked Lily to sleep, she caught movement from the corner of her eye. A faint shimmer near the crib. This time there was no fear. Instead, a sense of warmth flooded her. She knew Eleanor was still there, watching over Lily, ensuring no harm would come to the child. Then the dreams began. Mia found herself in the past, walking through the house as it had once been. The wallpaper was fresh, the floors polished. Laughter echoed through the halls, a man's, a woman's, a baby's. She saw Eleanor, young and hopeful, cradling her infant with a radiant smile. But the dream always ended the same way, the laughter fading, replaced by desperate cries, then silence. Determined to honor Eleanor's memory, Mia and Dr. Foster arranged for a proper memorial. They placed a small headstone in the backyard where the remains had been found, marking the resting place of the lost child. Mia whispered a prayer, feeling a gentle breeze wrap around her, almost like a thank you. That night at 2:13 a.m., Mia awoke to the sound of the lullaby, but this time it wasn't coming from the monitor. It was real, drifting through the air like a final goodbye. Eleanor was at peace. Mia smiled, pressing a kiss to Lily's forehead. The house was truly theirs now, filled not with fear, but love.